Hi guys, it's me. I haven't been on here in a hot ass minute, but I wanted to just do a quick video on how I do my brows just because I did my makeup already. I was like, you know what, I have some time today, let me just do a little brow video. So I'm actually gonna start using my Anastasia products, you guys, because that's all I use in my brows. I've been changing up my brow game. I used to only use the dip brow, which I have right here, but I actually like my brows a lot softer and I let them grow out, so I don't have anything on my brows right now. Maybe just a little bit of powder from when I was doing my makeup, but I normally what I do now, I just use some brow powder and I'll either do the Brow Wiz, which I have somewhere here. I have the definer too, but either one I can use. I normally use for detailing. I use a dip brow too as well for detailing. I think today I want to do more of like the visible hair strokes, so I think I'm gonna mix both of these. So yeah, I use medium brown powder. I'm using medium brown just because of my hair color. I have like 4 different tones, maybe. I have my new growth and like the brownish tone in my hair, and I have some mix of ash and caramels in my hair. So I want to do a little more ashy tone, so I'm going in with my medium brown. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is pretty much just prime my brows. I just do one sweep on each side. I feel like not a lot of people do this, but I noticed a huge difference when I start priming my brows. Overall, I don't know, it just really stays on. I think that's why a lot of people use dip brow instead of the powders, is because they feel like it's waterproof, long wearing. You can still get a long wearing brow. You know, just try using a primer. And the primer that I'm using is also Anastasia. Like everything I'm using for brows is Anastasia. So I'm just gonna go ahead and like brush it out. I mean, as you can see, I have a lot of hair, but certain areas are pretty sparse. I like to comb up and out just because I like my hairs to look a little more wispy. So I'm using my 7B brush. I purchased one. I never used that one. I always had the other one. I don't know where let me see if I have it. But I started using the 7B and I like it so much better. I just feel like it's more precise. And especially when I use my dip brow, I just feel like it's so narrow that you can thin it out, that you can get your hair strokes with it. Let me show you what I normally use. I normally use the 12 brush. It looks like that. Can you see? But this is the 7B. You can kind of see it's a little bit different. You can see the difference between them. But that's what I normally was using, and I just feel like I just see so much of a difference with this. So I kind of just start outlining my brows a little bit. I'm gonna try to get closer so you can see. Not everybody does the same thing. Everybody's brows are different, but I'm just gonna show you how I do mine. If you, any of you ladies, or even my gays and everything, if y'all want to improve your brow game, you know, you can always hit me up and I can give you some tips and everything. Or whenever I'm in store, I can post it and you guys can come and see me and we can definitely play with brows. But I literally just start kind of underlining a little bit and like flicking it upwards. And I'm using the lightest shade in the medium brown. I just flick up, and whatever's on my brow, I guess I go back and forth, because what I'm basically trying to do, I'm just trying to create a backdrop, but a soft one. And I'm just gonna keep going, and I'm gonna keep brushing it out. Once I start brushing it out, you're gonna start seeing more of what I'm doing, I guess. It's gonna start coming together. And like I actually got my eyebrows done, so I mean I don't need a stencil or anything. I kind of just eye it. everyone is different. This is like for someone that wants more of a natural looking brow. I mean, I did pretty heavy, thick makeup, and obviously I'm wearing like these big old lashes. So I think that's why I don't want to do such a bold brow, because I'm not trying to like be so extra. I want my eyes to speak the most. As I get to the tail of my brow, I actually start using the darker shade, which I can show you is right there. Just because I like the tail of my brow to look a little more defined, and I like it to look a little bit darker. And right here, especially this area, I've been growing out my brows, so that's like my most sparse area, so I want to just add a little more color in there. And again, I just do some back and forth motions just under the hair, because like I said, I'm trying to create a backdrop of color. Go. See? So like obviously you see a huge difference between the brows already. Not super huge, but it you can see it, because this one is not as filled as this one. But that's just the powder. I do this a lot faster, to be honest. I started doing my eyebrows last too, like during my makeovers, just because the eyebrows do frame the face. But I just feel like I don't know, I've been just playing with brows so much that every time I do a dramatic look, I want to go softer. I don't know if I'm going to do a soft look, if I want to do more dramatic brows, vice versa, whatever the case is. I just want to switch it up. But yeah, brows last now. It used to be first, but for me it's just easier now to do it last for myself. My clients, I play around too. I'm just a weirdo when it comes to doing makeup, because I'm always experimenting and doing different things just to see what works and what's fun. And I don't like doing the same style of makeup all the time, especially on my clients too. So you may see me, if anyone's ever worked with me doing makeup, you may see me do the whole complexion first and then do the brows and the eyeshadow, or do brows and eyeshadow first. I'm gonna do this whole brow first, and then we can see the before and after. So yeah, that's that. You can see no makeup, some makeup. So I'm actually gonna go in with a little bit of ebony. It's pretty dark, it looks like that. I'm just gonna use a little bit of ebony. I'm gonna warm it up on the back of my hand. I like just doing that for some reason. It's just always been my thing. So every time you see me, I have like a little dark spot there. I don't know why I do it, but it's just, I guess that's just me. Now I'm gonna start doing almost like a micro shading. I don't know how to really explain it. More hair like strokes. So basically what I'm gonna be doing is this on my brows, all those little lines. So I'm just gonna try to get up here so you guys can see what I'm doing. But I pretty much start anywhere where I feel like I don't have, where I need more detail. That's probably the best way to say it. So I want to make it look more wispy. So move up a little bit. So I'm gonna just start stroking upwards at an angle, like the same direction your hairs are being laid down naturally. That's pretty much what I'm doing. And I like doing it like spaced apart. Obviously, if I find little areas where I feel like I need it, I'll add it in. But it's nice to leave some space in between, because it actually looks like hair. You don't want to go overboard where you're just like keep painting and painting, and then it just gradually gets darker and you don't see any of the detail. So me going up, and then whatever's left on my, like on my brush, I kind of just go in the like diagonal downward motions on the top. Because obviously we all have hairs that go up and down. Up and out, down and out. So you want to mimic the hair as much as possible. So you kind of already see the difference. Kind of, a lot actually. You could see a lot of the difference. Okay. You can do this with brow wiz too. Brow wiz is created to do, you know, to give the details in the hair like strokes. I just feel like I really like this 7B brush, and I just feel like you get more of a precision with it. I'm just so used to using brushes, so whatever flows your boat and is easier for you. And that's my brow. That's it. That's like my everyday brow now. I don't know. That's just like my favorite way of doing it. You can also clean it up. You can use the Pro Pencil from Anastasia, or you can use a little bit of concealer. I do either one, but since I already have my makeup on, I'd rather just use a little bit of concealer. I'm gonna use let me see what I have. I'm gonna use what I used today on my face. So it's my NARS Creamy, which is my favorite. I use the color Macadamia, just because I got a little tan before. I normally use like custard, but I haven't been really liking to highlight so much. I feel like Macadamia is like my perfect color. So you can use like a flat brush, rounded or squared out. I like to use this. It's a little more square. And I only really like do the tail end, like maybe the arch, the tail end, whatever's left over, I'll bring it up front, but I don't do it so much because I still want to keep it soft. So you can actually just go see that? It's just cleaning it up. It's actually giving more like a look like you just got your brows done, like they're fresh, like just wax type. Like I said, I don't want to bring it too much, like too much of the product to the front. I know I'm gonna have to blend it right now. And that's it. Now I'm just gonna use like a clean flat brush, kind of fluffy, just to blend all of that out. And then it's really up to you if you want to set your concealer or not, or whatever you use to highlight. I normally do and I don't know. You could do either one, but that's how I get my brows done. See the difference? So I'm just gonna pick this up so you can see. So like I said, I have hairs, just I grew them out so they're a little, and then new brow. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish my other brow, and then, you know, you'll see the final look. So detailing, no detailing. Kind of see how light it is compared to this side. And I just want to add in, every time you add detail, I would say to go a shade darker, just because you already have your backdrop color. When you go a shade darker, it's actually going to mimic your brow hairs. You're going to actually see the details. If it's the exact same color, I just feel like it kind of gets lost in there and you don't really see much of a difference. This also works, like, for me, this is a lot faster for me to do, just because, like I said, I already have my brows shaped. I actually shaped them with the Anastasia stencils. And I can make a video on that too, if that is helpful for any of you. I work for Anastasia, so I freelance for them. So it's just, you know, I don't know. It's different now. I guess before I kind of just freehanded it, and I still freehand with some of my clients, but I just feel like I know how to measure and everything correctly now. and I'm more mindful of it. But you know, this is just how I do my brows, just because it's a lot easier for me, and I'm just so used to it. And I've been doing makeup for like 8 years now, so like I said, if you need help, if you need advice on what to do, or, you know, even out for what products I use for growing out my brows, you can go ahead and send me a message and I will be happy to answer it for you. And then I am just going to go ahead and top it off with a little bit of clear brow gel. And I'm going to call it a day on this little tutorial because I need to go. So I actually start from the middle out. I don't even know why I was going here, but I normally start at my arch and I just go up and out. Also, Anastasia, it's just how I like it done, up and out, like at an angle. And that's it. I'm gonna do a close-up on my brows real quick so you can see them. And I'm done. Here a little bit. So yeah, those are my brows. That's what they look like. Yeah, that's it. If you have any questions, if you need advice on what to use to grow out your brows or how to shape them, just, you know, send me a message, let me know. I'm happy to help always. And yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Okay, love y'all. Bye.